I'd like to call to order this meeting of the First Five Sacramento Commission for Monday, February 2nd, 2026. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll and establish a quorum?
Yes, sir. Chair Serna.
Here.
Commissioner Wesley.
Here.
Commissioner Fernandez y Garcia.
Here.
Commissioner Gordon.
Here.
Commissioner Casirier.
Here.
Commissioner Katari. Commissioner Moak.
Here.
Commissioner Kennedy not here. Commissioner Hassett.
Here.
Commissioner Evans. Commissioner Guerra will be 10-15 minutes late. Commissioner Boston.
Here.
And Commissioner Kravitz-Wertz.
Here.
Thank you. We have quorum.
Thank you. If you could please read our statement.
This meeting of the First Five Sacramento Commission is live and recorded with closed captioning. It is cablecast on Metro Cable Channel 14, the Local Government Affairs Channel on the Comcast and the RIC TV Uverse cable systems. It is also live streamed at metro14live.saccounty.gov. Today's meeting replays Thursday, February 5th at 2 p.m. on Metro Cable Channel 14. Once posted, the recording of this meeting can be viewed on demand at youtube.com/metrocable14.
Very good. Aaron, do us the honor of lead us in the pledge, please.
Hey. Way downtown.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to again welcome everyone to this afternoon's First Five Sacramento Commission meeting, and certainly invite anyone that has joined us here in chambers to address the commission if you so choose. We ask that you please keep your testimony to 3 minutes. That way everyone that wishes to address the commission has the opportunity to do so. We ask that you please complete a speaker slip and get it to our clerk. I will call your name and the order that I receive those slips. And with that, Madam Clerk, our first item, please.
Item number 1, approval of January 12, 2026 draft action summary.
Okay, do we have anyone signed to speak on this matter?
No, sir.
Okay, any commission member wish to make any suggested changes? If not, I entertain a motion. It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Roll call vote, please.
Chair Serna.
Aye.
Commissioner Wesley.
Aye.
Commissioner Fernandez y Garcia.
Aye.
Commissioner Gordon.
Aye.
Commissioner Casirian.
Aye.
Commissioner Katari not here. Commissioner Boston.
What?
I'm sorry.
You said Commissioner?
Katari.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
That's okay. I will call Commissioner Boston, please.
Aye.
Thank you. Commissioner Moak.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passes.
Yeah. All right, very good. Thank you. Next item is the public's opportunity to address the commission on any item not on our published agenda. Madam Clerk, do we have any signed up to speak off agenda?
No, sir, we do
Okay,
not.
very good. Next item, please.
Item number 3, Executive Director's Report.
Hello, good afternoon, Commissioners. Pleasure to see you all. Couple of highlights, and it probably seems like you just saw me because we were just here a few weeks ago. So this is one of those additional meetings that we threw on the calendar because we knew we had some equity in action business that we still needed to do. So, but the good news is with this, we'll take care of this today, and then we will skip our March meeting and just have a full agenda in April. So we will send out meeting cancellation right after this. But just wanted to let you know that. I'll start with good news. Good news for now. We'll cross our fingers and hope that it holds. That in the governor's proposed 2026 budget, he has restored $26 million for home visiting through CalWorks home visiting program. That was our share of that, if you will, was the $750,000 that were reduced this current fiscal year. If that money is returned, it would go back to Nurse Family Partnership Program and restore the cuts there. So we're very hopeful that that would happen. In other good news, there was a lawsuit against the Trump administration to block the freeze on federal funding for childcare and family services that I spoke about last couple weeks ago. That's a temporary restraining order, and I think we're good for a little while through September, I want to say, and then we'll have to see what happens after that. In other news, you have in your packet a calendar of Birth and Beyond sites where we will be doing site visits that commissioners and advisory committee members are always invited to attend. We do these every other year, and they really do put on, they open the doors, commissioners can tour the sites, and then they usually have some parents and providers there to talk to you all, so you can kind of see firsthand and get some good interaction with parents being served through the programs. So please just let us know, let Chris Clinton know if you can attend any of those. They usually like to know how many are coming, and then they'll set up a room that accommodates. So we'd love to have you. I know in the past many of you have been able to join us. It's always a good time. In our Parent Leadership Training Institute, we had 2 members who were graduates of our very first cohort.
Bless you.
Gesundheit. And they, this last month, they went on to graduate and earn a certificate from the Grantland Johnson Leadership Institute that former Commissioner Lee Turner Johnson created in Grantland Johnson's memory and with him. So we had Kalayashi Jackson and Jennifer Muhammad both completed that over 2-year leadership course. So very proud of our team there, and Commissioner Williams actually serves as on their board of directors. A quick child care update for you, Airport Child Care Center update. So excited. On January 22nd, First 5 staff and Child Action met with a whole team from airports and did a really quite extensive site visit and got deep into the space for the potential new child care center. They have some really great safety staff on board, including one of their sheriff's members who's assigned to this project. So we have a safety person assigned, a sheriff's member assigned. And so things are starting to move. So that's really cool. And we will have a press event happening in March that you all will be invited to. And I did want to say there's 2 options around childcare. So we know something will get built. One option is for a site that's already sort of built out and ready to go and would just need to be refurbished. And the other is for a site that would be a part of a brand new sort of administrative building that airports is creating and building in the next 5 years. So we're kind of hoping that we do a short term in the interim space for 5 years while they build out the new. But if we can't get licensing, we're still going forward. We're just going to it'll be a few years out instead. So we kind of are thinking we'll have a go, no-go on that interim space within the next month before we have the press event. So we'll know where it's going to be built out, and we'll let you know about that. And the only other thing I had that wanted to share out was around our Equity in Action grants, our outreach. And I thought I would invite, Erin's just so excited about this. This is really her work in getting the word out about our efforts. And so I wanted to invite her to come and just say a couple of words about what's happening there.
Thank you, Julie. Good afternoon, Chair Cerna and commissioners. Just want to share a little bit about the outreach and the momentum and the impact that has happened around this just groundbreaking historic efforts that this commission created. So we've gotten some media coverage and some social media engagement. We were delighted to get it in the Sacramento Observer. And interestingly enough, the Carmichael Times picked it up, but I'll take whatever. And a lot of that was due to the county blast. We have a county that reaches the media, has about 37,000 people on it, so that got picked up. Our social media engagement, all of our platforms saw notable increase in the strongest performer emerging, shockingly, was Facebook. So I'm very interested in that. That was very interesting. And also a lot of the grant recipients, they were also tagging us. And so it just got that more of that momentum and that outreach that made it extra special. And looking ahead, since this is such a great trust-based community grant project that the First Five Association is highlighting us. They highlighted us at the First Five California meeting, but in addition to that, they have generously let us work with their PR company, Cobalt Public Relations, and they will be helping to build up even more and reach more outlets that just little old me just can't do on my own. And so we got a PR firm to help us reach different outlets, different philanthropic outlets, and continue throughout this 2-year process. Once these grants take flight, then we can highlight the great work that's going to be done in our community. And that concludes the ED report.
Very good. Thank you. Curious, do we have a working relationship yet, Aaron, with Abridged? The KVIE local news outlet, still relatively new, but...
No, but I know one of you two, you or Mr. Moak, are going to hook me up.
Yes, either of us can, but yeah, that would be...
I'll reach out. Thank you. I've not heard of that. We are definitely looking to get onto Insight with NPR and whatever else that we can get. Right now, I want to focus on the process of doing this grant-making process and uplift the committee that did this, the community that did this. Right now, where it's going, the media wants to know who are the grantees and what are they doing, and we're not there yet. So I'm trying to focus in on all the little parts that we have done. So definitely we'll reach out.
Very good. Any questions for Aaron or Julie?
Thank you.
All right, very good. Thank you. Thank you, Julie. Madam Clerk, do we have anyone sign up to speak on the Executive Director's report?
No, sir.
All right, we'll then move on to the next item, please.
Item number 4, Advisory Committee update.
Our committee did not meet this last month in the last 3 weeks, but we are getting together February 20th.
Okay, very good. Madam Clerk, anyone sign up to speak on this non-item?
No, sir.
Okay. Next item, please.
Item number 5, Evaluation Committee update, January 26, 2026.
Yes, the Evaluation Committee met on January 26th. The committee discussed releasing a letter of intent for a new data system, which you will hear about today, as it's one of the agenda items. The committee also received and provided feedback on the First Five Sacramento annual report for 24-25. The report will come to the commission in April. The next meeting for the Evaluation Committee is scheduled for March 16th.
Very good. Thank you. Madam Clerk, anyone sign up to speak on this matter?
No, sir, we do not.
All right, very good. Thank you. Next item, please.
Item number 6, Financial Planning Committee update. I'm sorry. Financial Planning Committee update, January 22nd, 2026.
Hello, thank you. The Financial Planning Committee met on January 22nd and established a quorum. Staff updated us on staffing vacancies. We're currently at 8.3% vacancy rate, but we will soon begin to fill the senior office assistant vacancy. We're migrating our website to the county's Adobe Experience Manager platform with a planned March launch, and a lot of this is to do with meeting an ADA compliance deadline and the fact that the county is moving away from SharePoint as Microsoft phases out support, which freaked me out, but it's only for if you're not in the cloud support.
Okay.
So yes, thank you. So
I thought
you
we
are
all had
using
our heads in the
SharePoint.
clouds these days.
If you're using SharePoint, they are not phasing all of us out. Okay. So anyway, it's to get into alignment with ADA-related document remediation. Costs are going to be $7 to $9 a page as we incorporate getting all of our documents in compliance with ADA. Our Prop 10 allocation for November was unusually low, but we determined that that was a statewide timing issue rather than true revenue decline, and our December allocation was more than we expected, so it offset the variance. We reviewed and discussed the proposed agreement with United Way California Capital Region to serve as the fiscal agent for the Tier 1 Equity and Action Grants. It is item number 8 on today's commission agenda. And lastly, our financial statements for the second quarter were reviewed, and we're all in line with budget expectations. And this concludes my report.
Very good. Thank you, Commissioner Hassett. Any questions for Commissioner Hassett? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, do we have anyone signed up to speak on this matter?
No, sir, we do not.
All right, next item, please.
Item number 7, Systems Optimization and Sustainability Committee update.
We did not meet.
Thank you. Anyone signed up to speak on this?
No, sir.
Okay, next item, please.
Item number 8, approval of expenditure agreement with United Way California Capital Region in an amount not to exceed $272,410 for fiscal agent services for Equity and Action Tier 1 grants.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Today's item requests approval to negotiate and execute an expenditure agreement with United Way California Capital Region to serve as a fiscal agent for the 23 Tier 1 Equity and Action Grants. As a reminder, the Tier 1 awards are one-time grants of up to $9,999. Equity in Action is a key investment under our strategic plan's racial equity funding pathway, and the Tier 1 grants are intentionally designed as low-barrier, one-time awards for smaller and emerging community-based organizations. Because we are managing 23 small awards and working with first-time partners, staff are recommending the use of a fiscal agent. This will help us ensure that there are timely payments, consistent fiscal oversight, and strong administrative support while reducing burden on smaller organizations so they can focus on serving families in their communities. Staff issued a request for letters of interest in January and received 11 submissions. After reviewing and scoring by a staff evaluation team, United Way California Capital Region is recommended based on their strong fiscal infrastructure, experiencing managing small subgrants, and commitment to capacity building and reducing administrative burden for community partners, all of which aligns well with the intent of our Tier 1 grant funding. The total agreement amount is $272,410. Of that, $197,410 is direct pass-through funding for the Tier 1 grants, and up to $75,000 will support the fiscal agent services, and that will include contracting, technical assistance, invoice review, and disbursement of the actual grants. So staff recommend approval of the item to support smooth implementation of these Tier 1 awards to ensure that the funds flow efficiently, equitably, and with the appropriate oversight. That wraps up my overview. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Very good. Any questions for staff? All right, very good. Madam Clerk, do we have anyone signed up to speak on this matter?
No, sir, we do not.
All right, then I would bring it back to the commission, entertain a motion.
So
Sure.
moved.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Roll call vote, please.
Chair Serna.
Aye.
Commissioner Wesley.
Aye.
Commissioner Fernandez y Garcia.
Aye.
Commissioner Gordon.
Aye.
Commissioner Casirier.
Aye.
Commissioner Boston.
Aye.
And Commissioner Moak.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passes.
Very good. Next item, please.
Item number 9, approval of equitable evaluation contract with the Institute for Social Research in an amount not to exceed $142,000.
All right, this one is mine. So way back in April of 2023, the commission approved the racial equity priority area within the strategic plan. And in that, we allocated $5,239,000 and some change. And a part of that, $142,000, was to bring on equitable evaluation consultant to help us really look just at this priority area as a whole and within the larger strategic plan. So on June 2nd, the commission approved, and this is more history for you, on June 2nd of 2025, the commission approved extending those contracts for up to 1 year because they actually aren't starting until right now. And so this contract that with the Institute for Social Research that I am bringing to you today does have that extended period, all within the $142,000. And we took it a little bit longer, an extra quarter, because then they would have time to do a wrap-up end of the project report for us after it terminates on June 30th of 2028. So this just takes us a little bit further beyond. So staff released a request for qualifications for consultants, and we were shocked and delighted to receive 22 letters of interest around this. And just to put this in context, when we do our larger evaluation contract, when we go out to bid for that, in the past couple of rounds, we've had 2 or 3 agencies apply to be our for about 3 times as much money. So this work has just drawn in folks who are very dedicated to equity and want to be a part of what we're doing. So 22 applications were received from across the country. A team of staff scored, reviewed all of those, and invited 4 agencies to interview with us for this final slot. And staff is recommending the Institute for Social Research at Sacramento State as our contractor to receive the $142,000 over that time period. ISR, as they're called, is a Sacramento-based consultancy. They have an equity focus and framework. Almost everything they do is grounded in equity. They will be evaluating not only sort of that external, what happens with the grantees and sort of what are the outcomes for families. They're also going to be looking at the growth within those agencies themselves, the nonprofits and agencies that were funded. And they're also going to look at our process from creating those very first assemblies to help us select what types of positions and folks we were looking at on the Equity in Action Committee, all the way through the awards that were made last month, and then our process to the end with the contracts and the outcomes. So the whole thing will be looked at over the next 2.5 years. And we were just really delighted in their proposal. We learned some new things called ripple maps that they're going to do to get qualitative information back from community, from our grantees. We were very excited that they proposed to look not only speak to those who were funded, and we're like, yay, we got funding, but also to look at folk and talk to people who applied to be on the committee but weren't selected, and people who submitted letters of interest but did not get recommended to move forward, and even folks who submitted full applications and did not get recommended for funding. We kind of want to see all and hear from everyone about the process. So we're very excited to learn through this evaluation. And with that, the recommendation is to fund Institute for Social Research.
Great. Thank you, Julie. We have a few commissioners here in the queue. We'll start with Vice Chair Guerra.
Great, thank you, Julie. First, I wanted to actually, acknowledge and thank the board of the selection for this, and also to say that I really appreciate the work that the Institute for Social Research has done. I had the opportunity to work with them and Community Against Sexual Harm to do a study of the Sacramento County human trafficking needs that we have, and we were able to secure some state funding for that, and to see how they used those survivors and worked with survivors to get actual detailed information that has helped us in that effort. I think it's more than just more and beyond than some of the work that we've seen. So, and obviously as a proud Sac State alum, I always enjoy seeing Sac State here. But yeah, and Mr. Chair, if that's okay, I'd like to move the item and thank them for their consistent work for Sacramento County.
Okay. Chair will second as a fellow proud alum of Sac State. But before we vote, we'll go to Commissioner Fernandez y Garcia.
I don't know how malleable the research product is, but is it possible to ask them to benchmark or give us a framework for things to look at in the future and to follow for our future evaluations, since they have a unique lens? And if we're not going to contract with them in the future, I want to make sure that that lens is included in what our evaluation committee sees later.
Absolutely.
Thank
and
you.
You can do it in form of recommendations for future work.
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Particularly measuring impacts of these, nascent organizations as they're growing, right?
Exactly.
We can see how they grow in this time period, but what do we look for as benchmarks of their impact in community 10 years down the line?
Love it. And we do have, contract will be coming to you soon for approval around the capacity building side for the agencies. So each of the Tier 2 and Tier 3 agencies are going to be invited into capacity building based on their needs. And so we're going to look at all of that too in that evaluation.
All right, very good. Thank you. Madam Clerk, do we have anyone signed to speak on this matter?
No, sir, we do not.
All right, we have a motion and a second on the floor. Roll call vote, please.
Chair Serna.
Aye.
Commissioner
Aye.
Wesley.
Aye. Also stinkers up.
Commissioner Fernandez y Garcia.
Aye.
Commissioner Gordon.
Aye.
Commissioner Casirye.
Aye.
Commissioner Boston.
Aye.
And Commissioner Moak.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passes.
Very good. Next item, please.
Item number 10, approval of up to $100,000 to augment the evaluation budget line item and authorization to seek a new data management system.
We have Carmen Garcia Gomez, our evaluation manager, taking this one.
Good afternoon, commissioners. We are asking the commission to authorize the executive director to augment the annual budget line for the evaluation in the amount of $100,000 for the fiscal year of 2026-27, and to authorize the executive director to conduct a competitive bid process to retain a new data management system for evaluation purposes. A data system is used by our funded partners and evaluation staff to gather and store data that is then used to produce the annual report to First Five California and the community report that we present to you every spring. This is a requirement of the Children and Families Act of 1998. The data is also used to report highlights and successes of our funded partners. The 2024 strategic plan allocated $44.6 million for fiscal years 2024 through 2025 and 2026 through 2027, of which about $1.3 million was identified for evaluation. The Commission currently has a contract with Persimmon International, Inc., as was approved in April of 2024 by this Commission. That contract ends in June of 2027. Commission staff is recommending exploring new data system options. As you know, every year I come to you with highlights and successes, and I feel that it's time to look at new systems to see what's out there to improve the data that we bring to you. This will enhance the data entry experience of staff at our funded partners and improve data record management, strengthen client record keeping. When a new data system is identified, of course, we have to customize it to align our needs. And thus, the $100,000 budget increase will support this work during fiscal year 2026-27. Approval of this item will result in a one-time expense of up to $100,000 in fiscal year 2026-27. The expenditure will be funded through the end of the fiscal year carryover fund balance. Staff recommend the approval of $100,000 augmentation to the valuation budget, not to exceed $1,494,180 for a 3-year period ending on June 30th, 2027, and authorizing to seek a new data management system. That concludes my report.
Very good. Thank you, Carmen. We have a few commissioners in the queue, but I'm going to start us off with just a kind of general question here. And I appreciate the briefing that and the discussion on the subject with Julie last week. I want to make sure I understand that. So to your last point, if I heard you correctly, you're requesting the commission to augment the evaluation budget by $100,000. Fair to characterize kind of the general situation with our data management needs and our overarching evaluation intent as not being completely satisfied with the current contractor that is charged with data management, in addition to revising the scope? So we're kind of doing two things simultaneously. Is that fair to say?
The current, our current contract with Persimmon International Inc., we have been in conversations with them. We have gone to them with some requests that our funded partners have brought to our attention, and they're unable to meet those requests. It's more around accessibility across programs and specific items to our referral portal. So we've actually put our referral portal on hold right now because they're not able to meet all of the requests. Now, if you recall, the referral portal is fairly new, and it was something that was developed in the last few years. It was launched in May 2023. So there are a little bit of growing pains with that as well. But, you know, I've been doing some research, and I know that there's possibly some other data systems out there, and I can't continue to do the research without knowing what's really out there, because then it would be considered a conflict of interest. So we're not going to, we're not going to do some contract changes to that contract because it's set in place and they are providing what they are in contract to do.
With a shelf life to it.
Yes, and it ends in June of 2027.
But my understanding too, Carmen, is that we've expressed an interest into the sensitivities of certain data sets that we own. It's our data that the current contractor has been reluctant, maybe that's putting it mildly, reluctant to destroy or eliminate the data when requested to do so based on those sensitivities. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. All right. We'll start with Commissioner Wesley.
Yeah, I just remember when I was brand new on this commission, one of the concerns I had was about how they look at aggregated and disaggregated data from Persimmon, and I can't remember what, I think it was around the child deaths and maybe maternal deaths. But anyway, I just remember it was to your point, Chair, that there was some sensitive information that was hard for them to identify in a way that is very specific to a particular population or target group. So for me, I'm really happy that we might have the opportunity to look at not knowing where we're going to land, but just have the opportunity to see what's out there.
Yes, it was around the multiracial and African American.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you.
Commissioner Moak.
Thanks. I'm sorry that this is where we're at. When did we? It was funny that you said that we have just launched the portal, the referral portal, just recently, which is 3 years ago. Wow, if that could only be recently in real life. So, when did we onboard Persimmon?
In 2010.
2010. And when we went out, when we did that, I was here, but as if I can remember, I do recall that we definitely stacked different providers up next to each other to get competitive.
We've actually released an RFQ. The last time we released it was in 2021, I believe, and they did come very strong and got the contract.
Yeah.
We, in 2010, when we onboarded Persimmon, they were part of our evaluation contract, so they weren't directly contracting with First Five Sacramento. And then I believe it was in 2015, 2018 that we actually started directly contracting with them, and I took over that piece so that I administer the data before we didn't administer the data.
Right. So I guess a couple things. One, maybe conflicted to have to explore other options when the contract is over. Like, I don't know why that's absolutely explore other options before the contract is over.
So without us releasing at least a letter of interest or an RFQ, that's why we're coming, so that we can release a letter of interest and a letter of and an RFQ, so that we can be in contract with somebody. So we'll go through the whole process of, identifying a provider. Now, it does take some time because our data is not just aggregate data that we send to First Five California. We have a number of surveys that we do for our intake and our consent. Our data system has really grown over the last 16 years, where we're actually doing electronic forms now, and we were doing the referral portal, and then at one point, Commissioner Moak, I don't know if you remember, but the system, the providers were entering into the system in a siloed, so each provider, and now they're entering, which this is one of the issues, they're entering in data in the system where they can all access the clients, but we want to be able to give them security across users and across programs, and it's not able to do that.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. I guess the last thing, as it relates to both the $100,000 flexible, like I get the need to have some flexibility in there. That would make sense. I guess out there already, just by sheer notion of this meeting and otherwise, like the market knows that we have $1.4 million available for this service.
No. This is the 1.4 is for all of evaluation, which
together.
Yes. So it's our evaluation consultant, data system, and other evaluation staff.
And that's over three.
That's over 3 years.
Over 3 years.
I guess I guess potential applicants, if they know what they're driving to, they're going to drive to the.
Yeah, so that's a good point. So the reason that I'm kind of doing this backwards, we're releasing a letter of interest for up to $100,000 for them to tell us how much it would cost. Then we will identify some providers based on that and other areas, and then invite to submit a formal proposal. In years past, we received proposals and they were like $600,000 a year or $500,000 a year, and so we felt that we were sort of wasting people's times if they were submitting a proposal with that amount, because we cannot afford that much money.
Okay. Thank you for walking me through that.
You're welcome.
Okay. Any other questions for staff? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, do we have anyone sign up to speak on this matter?
No, sir, we do not.
Okay, we do need to take a vote, so I'd entertain a motion at this point.
I'll move to
Okay,
allow it.
been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Roll call vote, please.
Chair Serna,
Aye.
Commissioner Wesley,
Aye.
Commissioner Fernandez y Garcia,
Aye.
Commissioner Gordon,
Aye.
Commissioner Casirier,
Aye.
Commissioner Boston,
Aye.
and Commissioner Moak.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passes.
All right, very good. Next item, please.
Item number 11, Children's Dental Health Month Proclamation.
Great.
All right,
Go for it.
okay. Well, why don't you go ahead and say your piece first?
Okay, February is National Children's Dental Health Month, and our chair is going to provide a proclamation to Dr. Casirier, our health officer, who oversees all things health, including oral health in the county.
So, thank you. So, one of the, I guess, privileges of being chair that get exercised on occasion is delegation. So I am going to actually delegate this ceremonial presentation to our capable vice chair, who, because he actually has two young boys and can speak very intimately to the interests of paying attention to their dental and oral health, I think it'd be more appropriate for him to join Dr. Kasiri to offer the proclamation down at the podium.
Well, thank you, Chair. Yes, and it's the daily struggles of getting them to brush their teeth in the morning and before to go to sleep. Well, first of all, let me just say congratulations and it's an important thing to recognize, because my first visit, I think, to the dentist was in the first grade, you know. And so let's go over here and take it.
There you go. And look how good his teeth turned out. Yeah, at the podium.
So, no, but thank you to Dr. Casirier, and more importantly, because kids can't learn if they don't have if they're in pain and they can't focus. But so here we'll give you this, and I'm not sure, am I doing it right, Chair?
You are doing it right, and Aaron is going to get up and take a photo of you from who is?
Oh, okay. There's a lot of delegation happening.
Do I get to say a few words first?
Please say that while we...
Okay, just a few words. I have a whole page, but I will spare you since you did not have to read out the whole proclamation. But just want to thank you for this privilege and honor just to be able to accept this proclamation. I know I'm speaking to the choir here. We all know that tooth decay is the most common, or at least one of the most common, childhood and adolescent chronic diseases in the U.S. And with poor oral health, children may experience difficulties with learning, poor school attendance, difficulties with socialization, and more likely to experience problems with oral health when they reach adulthood. So really important that we start them young. Another important thing is we know that tooth decay is very preventable, and community water fluoridation is central to those prevention efforts. Providing optimally fluoridated water in the U.S. communities for 1 year saves $6.5 billion in dental treatment costs and offers an average return on investment of $20 for every $1 spent. It has been recognized as one of the 10 greatest public health achievements of the 20th century by the Centers for Disease Control. And I wanted to end by thanking the First Five Sacramento Commission for the advocacy and support of oral health, for water fluoridation. I remember a lot of those meetings we had in getting that in place and continuing to support that. And also for the Medical Dental Advisory Committee, and actually First Five Commission is a member on that, but for the advocacy that they have played in making sure that our children continue to get the care that they need, that they get the health insurance coverage. So on behalf of Public Health, I just want to thank you all for this proclamation. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. And Dr. Kassir, I know you're not a dentist, at least I don't think you are, but you are a medical doctor, so maybe you can enlighten us a little bit about what you know about the connection between dental health and other potential maladies that as a general medical practitioner you might look for in terms of its association.
Thank you for that question. Yes, we know from research that oral health is not just important for the things that we have talked about, but it actually can increase the risk of other chronic diseases. It plays a role in diabetes, hypertension, and also can play a role in heart disease and stroke as well. So really important that we take care of our teeth and our mouths to keep the whole body healthy.
Very good. Thank you. All right.
I would love to get a picture if I could get both of you with the resolution behind the.
There you go. I knew the pro was going to step from behind her desk.
I know, you wouldn't let me get away with it. Okay. This looks good. You guys are going to have to crop it, get the logo in there. Congratulations.
Good. Great. Thank you. And thank you, Vice Chair, for doing that. I appreciate it. All right. Our last, we don't have anyone signed up to speak, do we?
No, sir, we do not.
Okay. Our last item is the Commission's opportunity to bring up any item which might be on your individual minds. Looking to my right, don't see anyone interested in joining the queue. Madam Clerk, I assume there's no one signed up to speak on item 12?
No, sir, we do not.
All right. With that, if there's no further business before this commission, we stand adjourned.